Hello and welcome to the 2024 season of Backstage Buzz. It's the perfect month to talk about the arts since October is Arts Month. And we'll kick off the season learning about arts and events happening all throughout DuPage County in celebration of Arts DuPage Month. Today, my special guest is Debbie Venezia, the Director of Arts DuPage. Welcome, Debbie.
Thank you, Diana. It's so great to be here, and thank you for shining the light on the arts in DuPage County.
Well, I have a vested interest.
Well, you do.
So, with full disclosure, I am the chair of Arts DuPage, but I have been a part of Arts DuPage since it was thought about. And it's just come such a long way, and I want to thank you for everything you've done, especially in the last year. It's really coming alive. And can you just share some of the ways people can engage with Arts DuPage?
Sure. So we are a countywide arts council, and we work with arts organizations, and then we work with the community also. So we have arts lovers and arts creators, yes. Those who consume the arts and those who create them, I like to say. So if you're part of the arts organizations, we offer things like grants, we offer support, we have a free website. Probably the most forward-facing thing that we offer for the community is our site, artsdupage.org. It's a full listing of arts events and activities going on in the county.
All throughout DuPage County, and I think what's great about that is you can look by date, you can look by town, you can see what you want to do, if you like music, if you like dance. And the best part is it's free to all the arts organizations to post their events.
And then we work really hard through social media to push that out even further. And the one thing I like to say about the site is it is the only site dedicated to just arts in DuPage County. Because you have other calendars and there's things going on in McHenry and Arlington Heights. It's like, no, everything here is within a 10-mile radius of where people live. So
when you're looking for something to do, it's all there.
Yeah, and we have free events, we have family events. So that's
our promotion. And then can you talk about some of the talks that we host for the arts creators?
Oh, sure. So for arts creators, we have a program called Arts Speak, where we do, it could be a panel discussion, it could be a networking session, it could be a workshop, whatever, on subjects that are very important to the arts community. So how can we help them? We had a grant writing 101, how to write award-winning grants, something like that. Recently, we also had a kickoff for Arts DuPage Month a few weeks ago, and it was great. We had arts leaders. We had over, I don't know how many organizations were there. Over 30 arts leaders were in the group. We had breakout sessions where these conversations were stemming, people were meeting other people were planning collaborations, and people that didn't know each other, they're doing all these things and working together. They didn't want to stop talking. It was like, I'm ready to go on to the next question, but they were engaged in this lively conversation. And so,
it's a good forum for people to connect and meet and collaborate. So we do that. Yeah. And then for arts lovers, we also have behind the scenes tours. Like we went on a backstage tour of the Paramount Costume Shop.
Amazing.
Maestro Musprat did a talk on what it takes to put a concert together. So we do really fun behind the scenes things that you might not normally get access to. We had a walk through Cantini during Alebrijes, during Frida we had a talk.
Picasso exhibit at Elmhurst Art Museum. So we bring these groups to different places. So, and it's made kind of for Arts DuPage members. So we have a membership program that it benefits the community members, but also the arts organizations. If they're a member, they get priority, listings on our site and our
And if people want to
emails.
join, how much does it cost for somebody, an arts lover?
It's like $25 a year.
It's very affordable, and it's a great way to support the arts. So another thing that Arts DuPage does is support and promote Arts DuPage Month, and that's in October. So can you tell us what's planned for that?
Oh, and this is so exciting. To be able to call an arts organization and say, we're doing Arts DuPage Month, do you want to engage with us? And they say, oh yes, absolutely. So what is Arts DuPage Month? It was patterned after like Theater Week or Restaurant Week, whatever, where anything that's offered will have an extra perk or incentive, so you get above what you normally would for the price of a ticket. So we have like the large organizations, Paramount Theater and Drury Lane, offering substantial discounts to the performances in October. We have the MAC, oh my God, you guys are going crazy. So anything you want to do at the Mackinac Arts Center in the month of October is going to be discounted. There's special talks. I know you're doing a talk.
Behind the scenes tour of the MAC. Justin's doing a curator talk. So, and I think,
and those are free.
And they're free. And BTE is going to do a post-show discussion. So I think everyone's in on the game, and even our student shows are in on the game, but you get $5 off any ticket in the month of October. And then there's special talks before and after some events, and then there's just some tours and private talks. So we're really excited about celebrating.
Yeah, and it's really fun working with arts organizations because they're all creative, right? And they come up with different things. So Sunny Acres Farm, is that West Chicago?
Yes.
So we reach the whole county. So, you know, wherever, you don't have to just go in your own local area, you can go to the extent of the far reaches of DuPage County. So they're doing a raffle for a free haunted hayride during their Halloween tour. So you can bring 3 of your friends and go on this haunted hayride if you win. So you just have to, you know, enter.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so it's a $150 value or something. But again, how many people have been on a haunted hayride? How many people even knew they existed? So that's
oh my gosh,
one of.
I knew they existed.
Oh,
I
did
grew
you?
up going to Sunny Acres. It's the best place to go on Halloween. You can buy pumpkins, and they have candy apples and you know, fall fest food and bratwurst and corn on the cob. And they have a haunted house there. It's a great way to spend the afternoon.
All right, I was deprived.
You gotta go.
Gotta go.
I'll take you.
Oh, good. So we'll go. Yeah.
It's super fun. Beyond all the great things happening for Arts DuPage Month, is there anything coming up with Arts DuPage that our listeners should know about that's new or different? Can you explain how now Arts DuPage is actually giving out grants and funding organizations?
Yeah, so that was one of the things that we worked on this year. Arts DuPage, and I don't think I mentioned this, is an initiative of DuPage Foundation, which is DuPage County's philanthropic leader. So there's an art and culture grant cycle, whatever, that we've taken over. So Arts DuPage took it over because we have a great connection to the arts community. We have a great understanding of the arts community. So we have a committee of people on our advisory committee that will be reviewing the grants. We're going to be looking through them. We know a lot of these arts organizations. That's one reason why people might want to get to know us, because we can speak on your behalf. But I want to make it real clear, we will not be the decision makers, but we will be presenting.
Yeah. And I think what a lot of people don't know is 2019 was a wonderful year for the arts. And then the pandemic happened in 2020. And so many arts organizations shut down, couldn't survive it. Yeah. And there's still theaters in doubt. I mean, more theaters shut down in 2021 in Chicago and throughout the area than in my career that I can remember. It was a devastating time. We got a lot of PPP money right away and some help and different things, but a lot of theaters didn't make it through. They just couldn't pull it back together. And I think what people don't know is the audiences are back now. Most people agree, and we really learned this through one of our Arts DuPage panels, the audiences are back, everybody's close to where we were at 2019, but the funding isn't all back.
Right.
And so what a lot of people don't know is the price of the ticket covers the price of the show and the price of the artist and the price of advertising, but there's a lot of overhead expenses that theaters have that aren't covered, and that's where fundraising comes in. And about 30% of everybody's budget needs to be offset in the arts by fundraising.
Right.
And so it's really important that we have organizations like Arts DuPage that help to advocate, support, and promote the arts in our community, because it brings so much to the table. It makes our communities more livable. Anything else that you want to speak to on that?
Yeah, and just the economic impact. When you look at the numbers, it's unbelievable. I watched your presentation the other day on the Andy Warhol exhibit and the impact that it made in the community. And not only did it unite DuPage County, entirely everybody, again, all those 39, municipalities that got in, they were doing posters and they got engaged and they were doing concerts and everything tied into that. And that may have been one of the first times ever that we had that unity as a community.
It's fun.
But
in a fun
it
way,
is.
right?
And then you're keeping, those people here. They've done studies, and people who want to engage in arts events will travel. If you don't have it here, they'll go someplace else. They'll go to Chicago. They'll go to different areas, but you don't benefit from that. So if you have them here, these people come here and they eat in your restaurants and they shop at your local merchants, and they become, part of, your environment. And then they tell their friends, and they say, "Why don't you come over and we'll go to dinner, and then we'll go see this play." And that's, kind of cements it as DuPage County. We're no longer boring.
Well, we have a lady who came to Frida and loved it so much that she came back, and then she came to Warhol and spent the weekend because she loved this area so much. And now she was at the Lakeside show. I'm like, "You're back."
Yeah.
And she's like, "I love this area. You guys have so much to do." And she's driving from Indiana. And when I did that report on the Warhol visitors, what was so interesting to me is the number one out of half the visitors are coming from somewhere in Illinois. That's one part of it. The other half are driving in from somewhere downstate or out of state. But the out-of-state visitors are, number one, come from Wisconsin. Number two, come from Indiana. Guess who number three is?
I don't know.
Texas.
Seriously?
Texas and Florida. I'm like, it's not, I thought for sure it's Michigan.
Yeah, something close.
It's Texas. So we are building a brand for the entire county, too, as well, that we are able to draw people up, which is great.
And you've proven, this is a destination for the arts. When you have people coming from 50 states and 43 countries that come here for an arts experience, I think that's really telling. It's saying that we are making a difference. What you're doing, too, with all your exhibits is amazing.
I can't thank you enough for all you're doing to advocate and promote the arts and connect people in the community. And Debbie is great at, if you're an artist, you should make sure she knows what you do. She's seen your portfolio, because Debbie is the person in DuPage County who gets the calls from a corporation going, we've got this big lobby and we've got all these walls, and do you know a modern artist, or do you know this kind of artist, and she helps put the right people together in the room. And you're just doing great work for us. So I can't thank you enough.
Sure. No, it doesn't feel like a job. It does not feel like work. And I just feel blessed every day that I'm in this position.
Debbie, we can't thank you enough for all you do. We're the lucky ones.
Well, thank you.
Be sure to visit the MAC for Arts DuPage Month and take a behind-the-scenes tour, see the exhibit at the Cleve Carty Museum of Art, or catch a sneak peek behind the curtain at Buffalo Theater Ensemble. For tickets or more information, visit artsdupage.org.